Hopefully another week of good trading. And of course, as always, a lot of education. How's everyone doing today? Good morning, afternoon, good evening. Got to remember we have people from all over the world joining us. How's everyone doing today? Hope you survived the interesting weekends, a lot of gaps in the market. Is there anyone new? Is this anyone's first day hanging out in the live room with me? If so, do me a favor, just type a yes into the chat deal underneath Alpha. All right. Give me a second here, gang. Let me get my life together. Lax. Who's this Lax guy? First day Lax? All right. If you guys are new, I just want to say welcome to the live room. We'll do a little quick introduction for you, but this is exactly what it sounds like. It is a live trading room where you guys can come in and watch me trade the Forex markets live. A lot of you guys have seen me on YouTube or have heard interviews from me in other places and maybe even heard of the concepts that we talk about here at Trade Empowered, not just here at Trade Empowered, but the concepts and different strategies in the markets. This is a chance to actually see how that analysis is done in the live markets. Now, a few house cleaning issues. This isn't a signal service, so I hope you're not coming in here thinking that you're going to watch me trade live. If I take a particular trade, then it's your job to blindly follow me and take that trade. I think that is a horrible way to go about learning to trade. It's actually not really learning. It's just, using someone else as a crutch. So rather than that, I'd like you to use this room as a support, a chance to gain some education, a chance to connect with the community of traders that we have here. That's one of the great things, is that Forex trading and trading in general is often a very, very lonely sport. It's us. It's maybe one other friend that knows what trading is, and then it's no one else. I don't know about you guys. I'm often shocked. I'm often shocked when someone mentions Forex to me. I'm like, what? You know too? Like it's some type of secret. So it's great to be together for a few hours each day with other like-minded individuals that are here to support you. We're all on the same journey, and everyone wants everyone to improve. So aside from that, feel free to ask questions. If you're a newer trader, the chat is open, so anyone can answer them. You can ask them to myself. You can ask them to other live room members. Also, feel free, if you're an experienced trader and you know what you're doing, you're not here to really learn. You're here to, again, connect with others and maybe share some ideas. Feel free to type your ideas in and share what you're looking at. If you're going to do so, just be as detailed as possible. Just don't type stuff in that says pound dollar buy in it. Type in, hey, the pair, the time frame, what you're looking at. And if you can give some type of price point, then that helps everyone out. Sound good, guys? Ron says, when I opened my chart Sunday night, my butt ate half my chair. Yeah, it was interesting. Every once in a while, we get those big gaps in the market. We had some oil news come out this weekend, so some of these commodity pairs got a little jumpy. Yeah, we'll start with pound dollar. Let me sip on my coffee first. Real quick, we do take some breaks. We try to run about 45 minutes of analysis each. We do take a quick break at 4:30. At 8:30 a.m., that's when we have our syndicate war room meeting. That's when Jason Stapleton comes in and does a quick about 10-15 minute meeting for our syndicate members, letting you know what's on his radar, why he took what he did, the process that he's going through, and breaking down the charts, kind of like a morning briefing. Most of our traders in the live room are also in our syndicate program. So instead of making them choose, instead of saying, watch me or watch Jason, we take a quick break so they can look at both. All right, let's start on pound dollar and let's talk about this losing trade. Stopped out for minus 57 pips this morning, but short memory, guys, short memory. Why is that? Why must you have a short memory? We talk a lot about how trading is like a sport, like a quarterback. You make a bad play, you got to forget about it right away and make the next good one. Yep, shake off their losses because there is another opportunity. Now, I like to do my top-down analysis starting on the daily chart. We try to provide opportunities for both swing traders and day traders here in the live room. So you'll see us go from really top-down analysis from the daily chart all the way to the 5-minute chart, even the range bar charts, depending on the day. We may get some lower time frame trading action in on the 5 range bar charts. But again, what you want to do if you're new is just pay attention to the process. Try not to get overwhelmed by the speed or the terminology. Just sit back and relax. And there's usually about a 7 to 10 day learning curve where things start to look a lot more familiar. So let's head over to the pound yen 4 hour. And yes, you guys are dead on. Forget about it. Look for another opportunity. David says you can't win them all. He says it's a probability game. That's all it is. I was explaining that to a young lady yesterday. She's in college and she was asking about getting into the investments or whatnot, or trading. And I was trying to explain to her the difference between investing and trading. And it was pretty cool to see it click with her. We were talking about probabilities, and she came and she's like, "You mean you don't have to be right all the time?" I'm like, no. I said, here's the secret. No strategy is going to be right all the time. You can have the best strategy in the world. You're not going to be right all the time. What you want to do is put yourself in a position where you're executing your strategy consistently, and that, and some strategies will have a positive win percentage. Some strategies will have a less than 50% win percentage. But all that matters is the expectancy. If you continue to execute your strategy consistently, does that strategy produce profit? And if the answer is yes, then our goal is simple, right? What's our goal then, guys? If we know that if we consistently execute our strategy day in and day out, and it's been proven, we've tested it, verified, repeatable, it's been proven to produce profit, then our job is easy. It's to what? Yeah, just keep placing trades that fit the rules. Yeah, exactly. And that's why you have to have a short memory. So we'll bump down to the hourly and then we'll go back up. Here's what we looked at on the hourly. This was a bearish bat formation that got stopped out this morning. We're looking at our X leg starting right up here. Boom. You guys should remember this from yesterday's syndicate video. And we're looking at an X to A to B, B to C, and a CD completion right at, what was it, 143.14, something like that, right around here. Let me just see if that's, doesn't matter, the trade's over. But yeah, right around that 143.20 area. And you can see the market went ahead and we got stopped out. We broke and closed above our X leg, right? So now we want to ask ourselves, what is the next opportunity? And there are 2 opportunities I see, guys, 2 opportunities that I see. One is the next potential pattern formation. This is going to be a Gartley formation. We're looking at our X leg now, and it's going to be easier seen on the 4-hour chart. So let's actually jump out there for you. This is going to look like this. All right, we're looking at swing high to swing low, X to A to B, B to C. And our CD completion is going to be right at this 127, right at this 127.2 Fibonacci extension. So 144.40. So that's your next chance to get bearish right there at our potential bearish Gartley formation. Now, for you guys that have been with me for a while, right? When we make our predictions, what 2 questions are we asking ourselves when we make our predictions about the market? Again, we're going through that IPDE process: identify, predict, decide, execute. What are the 2 questions we want to ask ourselves when we start making these predictions? 1, where is the market likely to go? 2, how is the market likely to get there? So because we've penetrated our B leg here, stopping us out of the previous pattern on its way, right? Our expectation would be that price action is going to come back up to previous structure right up here, or our 127 for our Gartley formation. Correct? Would you guys agree? Give me a yes if you agree. In the meantime, we throw a DSR on here real quick. For you structure traders, support and resistance, you got a big DSR zone up there. All right. Now, what's the other way that the market can get up there? And I'll make it a little easier for you. I'll go down to the 60-minute time frame. We can either go straight up Or we can do what? And welcome to you guys watching on YouTube. I forgot about you guys. Welcome. I'm not reading any questions, so I apologize, but you guys are able to see, I believe, what I'm showing. Yeah, we can either go straight up or we could put in an outside return. Again, here's our previous structure level right here. And I'll make this a different color so it doesn't blend in with our DSR. But here's our previous structure level right here in blue. And if we just follow our rules of how to read a price chart, right, we go from starting point, new structure high, outside return, new structure high, little outside return, new structure high, outside return, new structure high. If, and this is that if then thought process, Lax said you just got long euro yen 5-minute trend continuation trade. Thank you, Lax. If we get an outside return, we want to ask ourselves, where is that outside return likely to come into, and is there a chance for me to get long? So there may be well, since Lax has mentioned, there may be a trend continuation trade within this level as well, looking at really our previous new structure high all the way down to our previous outside return. So this is going to be your kill zone. Technically, you could start a little bit higher at this structure right here, 143.47, but this is going to be your kill zone. So for you guys looking to take trend continuation opportunities, you would look for a retracement back into this kill zone and a chance to hop on a trend continuation trade and either ride it back up the structure or continuing up to our Fibonacci extension. Any questions thus far? We'll keep going lower, but that was a lot to start off. So we'll want to make sure it's all clear. No one's head's exploding already, right? You guys are good? Real quick, let me just throw up this curious about this euro yen trade Lax is fired off. Same type of deal. Yeah, nice. Me and Lax go way back. So when he says stuff, I like to take it seriously. Look at that. You got your consolidation, your little pennant pattern right here. The breakout, you got your retest. Are you long right here, Lax? Yeah, buddy. Look at that. Nice. All right, let's go. Let's continue back on. We're on pound dollar here. Let's go a little lower. And we talked about this in Monday's Q&A while we're at it. How many of you guys trade flags and pennants and wedges and triangles and all that stuff? Give me a yes if you trade that type of stuff. Really even head and shoulders in a way. Anybody? No? Yes? We know you do, Kenny. You're the breakout king. Really, man? I thought the room would. What do you guys trade? Curiously, just type in what type of trader you are, or say I'm not trading anything yet. I'm just here to learn. Just curious what you guys are looking at. Trying to learn advanced pattern formations, ranges, so channels back and forth. Says Gus. Welcome, Gus. I think you're new as well. Brandon says, love those pattern formations. Counter trends like double top, CTS type stuff. First day here, just learning. Okay. I always want to get a feel of the room just to see who we have. And I try to gear my teaching, or not our teaching, but our time here in the markets kind of based on what you guys are looking at. Just recently started trading head and shoulders and flags. Okay. Yeah, we talked about this a lot, and we have a private, with those coming through the course, we have a private Q&A session every Monday. But one of the things, if you guys are new, I always advise this, right? Master the basics first, right? Have you guys seen Into the Gray? Give me a yes if you've seen Into the Gray and you learned how to just read stuff like this, the principles of new structure high, outside return, higher high, higher close, outside return, right? So you guys are pretty familiar with how the market moves, correct? Right? You want to know a secret? All these flags and pennants and fancy stuff like that, even head and shoulders, right? Stuff that looks like this. right? Does this look familiar to you? Same thing, right? Same thing. New structure high, consolidation into an outside return, new structure high, consolidation to an outside return, right? Head and shoulder patterns. A lot of you guys trade what? You trade the break of the neckline, boom, wait for the break, retest. Same thing, right? New structure low, outside return, new structure low. Give me a guess if that makes sense to you. Okay. And I bring that up because I talk to a lot of traders, and so many of them confuse themselves. Where it's like, I gotta trade a flag this way, I gotta trade a triangle this way, but the head and shoulders does this, but there's a reversal at the bottom of a pennant pattern, and they make things more confusing than they are. At the foundation, these consolidation patterns, right? It's all about how a price chart moves. Does that make sense? When you simplify everything, and there can be different techniques for trading flags and pennants and wedges and stuff like that. But at the very foundation of it, right? All it is that new structure high, outside return, new structure high principle. And that's why it's so important that you master that first, the basics of how a price chart moves before you try to do anything fancy. I just want to preach that point as much as I can get. I know we have a lot of newer viewers that I'm streaming the first 30 minutes of today's live room on YouTube. And I know a lot of those guys are newer. So I just want to get that point across. All right, so let's head back down to pound dollar. Head down to our day trading time frames, our 15-minute chart. Alpha said, just went through Pro Trader course and now developing a trading plan. Nice. That's the fun part here. And here's the thing, Alpha. I told someone this the other day. You probably already have a trading plan and you don't, it's just not written down yet. With what you've learned, if you started really trying to find the idea of how you want to trade, you've already got that trading plan in your head. You just got to put it into words. You've just got to put it all into that strict if-then thought process or context. And of course, add money management and psychology, philosophy, all that fun stuff. But the actual strategy you should have already, or have a good idea of what it takes. All right, so let's look at pound dollar here. Let's just see. We're looking for either bearish Gartley formation on the higher time frame, or we're looking for a potential, as a day trader, we're looking for a potential trend continuation opportunity in advance of that potential Gartley formation. All right, so let's see what we have here. Let's bring in some fibs. See what we can do right here. Let's go swing low to swing high, just to see if we have any type of confluence there. No real fib confluence. So we'll do this. We're going to wait. We'll wait to see what price action does. Again, the zone that we're looking for is going to be between right here, or that I'm looking for, I should say. I don't know what you guys are doing. Right here at 143.38. Down here to 142.83. We've got this kind of rising wedge formation right here with divergence on the RSI. This is typical of a bearish break. So I would fully expect to see retracement. And we're seeing a strong pound this morning, but I would fully expect to see some type of retracement in here. And if the market comes down into our zone, then we'll look for opportunity to get involved, right? At this point, guys, there's no reason to, we don't need to buy right now. We don't need to sell right now. That's how a lot of rookie traders get into trouble, right? We need to wait. We need to have an idea of what we want to do. We want to wait until the market gives us exactly what we need to get involved in the trade. And then we want to fire off the trade. All right. Kenny says, I'm looking for a trend continuation as well on pound dollar 15-minute, looking to buy around the 143.15 level. Yep. We're looking at the same zone, Kenny. And we've got some nice stuff in here. We've got a psychological number, 143 flat, which is not bad. We don't have too much Fibonacci confluence. All we had was I think we had an 886 and something lining up, 786 and an 886 lining up. not too much Fibonacci influence here. So we'll have to pay attention to price action. We'll see what the RSI does if we get that retracement. But certainly something we want to keep on our radar. So any questions about the pound here before we move on? Now, we don't have any breakout traders. I'll tell you, if we had a breakout trader, this is not a bad idea for, you're not going to get a good risk reward, but you can take an aggressive short here. We are at structure. All right, any questions on the cable? Going once, going twice. All right, so we'll move that over. What do you guys want to take a look at next? I was going to go to euro dollar just because everyone loves euro dollar, but you know what? Aussie can. Let's go to euro. Let's go to euro again. I think that's the one that had the bearish break. No, it didn't. I thought we had one with a big bearish break. Canada. All right, let's look at dollar Canada. We talked about this. In the syndicate as well. You can kind of see the notes right here, looking for a retracement back in the structure and a continuation down. Obviously, this is a daily chart. This is going to be dollar Canada, guys. And we got about 5 minutes into our war room meeting. Obviously, this is a daily chart. We don't have the breaking close yet, but here is our previous structure right here. You can see we are well below it by about almost 40 pips, right? Our prediction is that we will, or not we will, we never know, that we could continue lower down to our previous level of structure right down here around 126, right? So what did we just do? We identified where is the market at in relation to structure? Are we above or below previous structure, guys? And if you're new, I like to do a lot of this call and response. I think the best way to learn is for you to participate. So I'm not calling you out, but typing in anything, just keeping you alive. I really think that's the best way to learn. What are the stats? You know, you learn very little when you just listen. You've learned a little bit more when you listen and you see. You learn a lot more when you participate, and then you learn the most when you actually teach, right? So IPDE, identify, we are below previous structure. Now, again, technically it's not a close yet, but we know we'll get one when we get to the lower time frames. So lower low, lower close. What's our prediction? Should the market go higher or lower from this level? And you guys on YouTube, you can play along too. Don't worry. It's a good practice, right? Lower. If price action is likely to go lower, then where are we likely to come to next for our next level of support? 126. Sound like a good level? We've got structure a little bit lower, about 129.70s, but we've got 126 flat. The RSI is showing a possible reversal. Yep, you got to be careful with the RSI though. Got to be really careful using overbought or oversold by itself, or using divergence by itself. Just understand that the RSI can be oversold for a long period of time. The RSI can show divergence and not reverse. So just make sure you're not relying on that indicator to make your prediction. It's a great tool. It's a great tool that you can use to help with your analysis, but I wouldn't rely on that first and foremost. I'd rely on what you see on the price chart first, and then as you build the case, look to get confirmation from the RSI or whatever other indicator or oscillator that you're using, right? So we identify price action is below structure. We predicted that price action is likely to go lower. As always, there are two ways that we can get there. What are the two ways? I know it's repetitive, but type it in again. I'll give you one. We can go straight down, or we can put in an outside return. Brandon's got it. Brandon's probably sick of me saying this, but guess what, Brandon, right? It's going to stick with you whenever you do analysis on a chart. Are you at that point yet where you're breaking down a price chart and you hear my dumb voice in the background? You're at the point where I'm in your dreams. I'm in your dreams. Look left, Brandon. Structure leaves clues. Like, stupid Akil, get out my head. Get out my head. I'm serious. When I did my training, it was the same thing. It was quite annoying. I'm like, all I heard was Jason saying, look left, structure leaves clues. Look left, structure leaves clues. Look left, structure leaves clues. I'm like, come on, like, just shut up. Just stop saying that. But as you go on to become a trader, those lessons stick with you and they become one of the most important things. It keeps you focused. It keeps you focused. As soon as you want to make a mistake, like, man, I should take that double bottom. Look left, structure leaves clues. Ah, there's no structure over there. Save you out of a bad trade. All right, so let's go down to the 240, more of our trading time frame here. I use the daily as my higher time frame. So we got a lower low, lower close on Canada. Not much we can do here on the swing trading time frames yet. But as we go down to our day trading time frames, our lower time frames, we can start looking for kind of the exact opposite of what we looked at pound dollar. A potential move back in the previous structure support, which is now resistance, and a move back down. I can go ahead and bring on, again, DSR level if you guys want a visual representation of that. See, little green box, right? We know what it is, but we get a little more confidence when there's a little shiny green box there confirming it for us. So I see my level for potential reversal. It's going to be right in here, starting at 127.39 and going all the way up to 127.78. Do me a favor, syndicate members, just give me a shout when Jason gets started with War Room. And for you guys on Google, I'm sorry we make it halfway through this analysis, but I'm gonna cut you guys off once we get to our War Room meeting. But hey, sign up for free. You can spend a free week with me. Probably want to wait till next week because I'm not going to be here Thursday or Friday. Or you can always just sign up, come with me tomorrow, and then we'll just add on extra days. This is the 60-minute time frame now. I was on the 4-hour previously. I'm now on the 60-minute time frame. Where are you going? I got some daddy duty I got to do. Spending some quality time with the kid. Let's put it that way. No fun vacation or anything like that. Not yet. Maybe in the summer. But yeah, so this here's what I'm looking for as we go down to our lower time frame, as we set up our potential trades for the day and really week. Be looking for a move back in the previous structure. We got our kill zone right here. And again, another situation where we're going to wait and see what the market has to give us. I have no real interest in getting long right now because we're not at any type of structure. So simply waiting for that pullback into previous structure. Alpha says harmonic move, ABCD pattern. On Canada, Alpha. Not yet. We got a while to go. We got a while to go, but we can predict one going back into structure. We'll talk about this when we get back. Jason is up on Syndicate. We're going to take a 10-minute break. If he's done early, we'll come back before he's done, but we'll come back in 10 minutes at the max no matter what. So I'll see you guys in 10 minutes. Syndicate members, enjoy today's War Room meeting. For you guys on YouTube, thank you for joining me. Again, hope you guys enjoyed it. A little preview of what goes on in the live room each and every day. It gets pretty boring in here, but we try to stay consistent with our analysis. I'm going to go try and catch some of this War Room meeting. I appreciate you guys joining me. If you liked it, just hit the like button, leave a comment if you have any questions. I'll go through the YouTube comments at some point and see if I can address them for you. But have a good day. And remember, plan your trade your plan.